What's happening, people? My name is Dirty Mike and welcome back to The Journey, where I'm focusing on the squad building as we progress through FIFA Ultimate Team divisions, get into tournament matches, and of course, I've got some feedback on which players really stand out and perform well and other guys that kind of drop the ball. They're just not that valuable. And if you guys are looking to purchase coins, then make sure to check out the FIFA UT coin store. The links will be in the description, a safe and reliable source. In today's video, we've got Team 1 Foot, and this is composed of a bunch of players who struggle with their weak foot, and it was kind of brought to my attention last week. I did a pack opening, I pulled Cardozo, I was excited. I was like, this guy might have some potential. Looked at his stats, and bam! He only has 1-star weak foot, and I had trouble believing that there was a lot of players that shared this trait, shared this characteristic, but I was wrong. And there was a couple comments on the video regarding 1-star weak foot players, and that there's actually a lot of them, and there's a couple ideas from people to build a squad around guys that struggle with their weak foot, and I thought it was a great idea. So we've got an extra affordable team here, just over 6,000 coins. I'm going to be using the 4-4-2 formation, and I think it's a very diverse formation, as my first opponent has a nice little silver squad here, a mix between rares and non-rares. And the reason that the 4-4-2 is very diverse is because, for one, this year it's really easy to cross the ball into the box, which makes this formation a little bit stronger. And you can play very defensive, or you can counterattack. And if you've got a really nice counterattacking team, it feels like a 4-2-4 in my opinion, as we pull back the equalizer. And I've got a habit for starting games wrong. I concede goals early, often, in this FIFA installment, and I don't know why that is. Beautiful first touch. And look at that class finish. I got to give EA props when props are due. The animations for power shooting, for finesse shots, and of course the chip are on point. Just the way that your player kind of shapes his body prior to hitting it for those types of shots is very realistic. And I think EA's trying to balance realism and having fun in FIFA, and it's tricky. I think this Ultimate Team is still something that's growing on me. I'm not sure how I feel yet all the way. There's some good, there's some bad. I'm hoping that this new patch minimizes some of the issues with, there's like a stutter when you switch players, and that's why people have been complaining about crosses and chip through balls, is because sometimes you don't switch over to your player quick enough, and it leaves you with a little bit of a stutter, and you're going to be in trouble. You can't stop it. Nice save by Ben Foster. Oh, also guys, if you could drop a comment and let me know which squads you'd like to see in the future. I like building expensive teams. I like building squads that are really nice and sweaty teams. And of course, the fun squads are always fun to use. Polito! Nice finish. Or the teams that are a little bit goofy, a little bit out of the ordinary. I like to try out a lot of different players, and I wouldn't have used some of these guys if it wasn't for goofy teams like this one. So we've got Polito and Cardozo up front. Great partnership, actually. The little Mexican who's very fast, and then Cardozo, who's just a definition of a powerful striker. You can't get around him. He's great in the air. He's about 6'4", 6'5", and my next opponent has a nice little mix between some Brazilians, some non-rares, and then we've got a few bronze players. He's trying to develop into having that full, complete squad. And EA, why'd you do it to me? I'm getting my first loss, and I don't even want to count that as a loss. My game freezes. I think a lot of people can relate to this problem this year. I've tried a lot of different things, and it still hasn't been 100% sure-proof fixing this issue. That hasn't happened yet, and that's unfortunate. It really makes me mad. There's nothing that makes me more angry right now with FIFA 14 other than the freeze, the crash. I have no control over it. If you guys have any suggestions, drop a comment. But like I said, I've tried a few different things. I'm not sure what's happening here. Dang. Cardozo, you got to finish that off for me, buddy. And let's talk about our team here in the midfield. We got Rojas as a left mid. He's extremely fast. Unfortunately, he did get downgraded. He's a bronze, and he's just terrible at everything else. But he does chase back on the defensive end all right, and that's due just to his pure speed. As we concede a second corner kick goal. Corners are crazy this year. Very random and definitely hard to defend. So we're down 2-0 at halftime, and I'm having a little bit of a locker room speech. We've got to pick this up and get some things going. Got to get some goals in the books. And I always felt like there was a comeback in this game for me. I had that feeling that something good was going to happen, and we get an early goal. Pulido with a great header there. Nice cross by Cardozo. And a little bit sweaty here, but Matic will finish that. And then in the midfield, we've gone to the center mid position. We got Chiapas, who didn't do anything outstanding. He really wasn't a standout performer. He kind of was just there. He was chilling. And then Matic, who doesn't have an awful off foot, but I needed him in the squad to work out some things with chemistry. And he teams up with Cardozo and, how do I say this guy's name? Sulejmani? Sulejmani? I don't know. I really struggle with it. But he's a solid little outside mid. Even though he says that he has 1-star weak foot, I would have given him 2 or 3 stars. He whipped in some great crosses for me. And I was a little bit impressed. Oh, my next opponent has Crouch up front, an all-gold squad. A lot of BPL players. Going to be interesting here. I'd say that he's got a better team than me, but FIFA's not always what team you got. Cardozo! I love the finesse shot. Bangs it right off the crossbar. And on the defense, we have Warnock, who was a nice little left back. I was surprised. He didn't have a lot of speed, but I thought that his positioning was good. Same with Knight. Knight is a very slow center back, and I think I picked him up for about 500 coins, and he filled the role great. Nice little silver. I was impressed. Then we have Langmead, the bronze, and that was an experience. That's a good way of saying it. And then Kevin Amangaka, and I might be saying his name incorrectly. I'm assuming that he's got some sort of African heritage here. I don't remember what his card said, but I wanted to throw in a couple bronze players that I've never heard of, and I think that's always a good look. We get a little skilling down the sideline, but a rebound, and it pops out for Pulido. It's been a really easy game. I'm in full control, 4-0. And then in goal, we have my favorite non-rare goalkeeper in the BPL, Ben Foster from West Brom. Look at this. 1 chip, 2 chip, 3 chip. And another beautiful finish. I love the chip this year. I love it. It's just such a nice touch that EA's had. And I'm so happy that the finesse shot is back. The chip looks more effective than ever, because you want to score pretty goals when you got the right opportunity. And he comes right from kickoff, scores with Crouch. It's okay. I can give up a consolation goal, and that's going to do it. We're going to get that 5-1 win. So I'd like to say I'm still undefeated. I do have a loss in the column, and we should be heading into Division 8 here pretty soon, maybe one more match. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Twitter at MikeSon9USA. I have a lot more content coming for you ASAP.